Hello, Nate Mackers. Welcome to this Sunday's episode of Sunday Stories with Staff. We are so excited to introduce you to this week's reader. Drum roll, please. Our guest this week is the one and only...
Hello, Miss Hermanny. Welcome to Sunday Stories.
Thank you.
I am loving your sloth onesie. How perfect is this? Mackie is going to love it. I cannot wait to hear some of your questions. We know each other pretty well because, we're in the same grade level. Mm-hmm. We see each other all the time. Our kids are the same age, so they've been in class. When they were at Nate Mac, they were in classes together all the time. Mm-hmm. And I had your child in third grade. And so we know each other pretty well. And it is, but I think I might learn some new things today. We'll see. Maybe not. But I know you will. So Miss Hermanny is our wonderful art teacher. And so why did you decide to become a teacher?
Mostly for family. Mm-hmm. I had my son, and I was working in the casino before that, mm-hmm. and I changed focus and decided I needed a career rather than a job, mm-hmm. and that's how it started. And then, of course, I grew into loving the profession, but at first it was just, I need to choose a career for my family.
Oh, I love it. Mm-hmm. I love it. Now, when you're not here at school and creating mm-hmm. and helping our students to create, what do you like to do in your own time?
I've had a goal of getting out more. Mm-hmm. So I take my dogs. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we go in the desert. I ask my kids to go with me, but they often choose not to.
Teenagers.
Yeah. And honestly, when I'm at home, it's hard for me to create. But that's also something that I've been trying to do on my own time.
And she doesn't only just create, but she also, when she's out on her adventures, because she posts pictures for her friends sometimes, she posts interesting, creative pictures of how she sees the world. And I just love your perspective on the world.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, if you were not a teacher, what would your dream job be?
I've actually been working on that because I want a second life. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping that it still will consist of teaching, but not in this capacity, more like a studio. I would love to have my own business mm-hmm. where, like when I was in college, that was the favorite part about art classes. Mm-hmm. You'd have your regular teaching, learning situation, but then open studio would be there and you get so much with interactions with other people and the creativity sparks, and I would like more places for kids and the community mm-hmm. too to have that open time.
Yeah,
and like come in, and maybe it would be like
collaborate with others
exactly.
artistically
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. and have multiple things that you could work on. Mm-hmm. Like I could have woodworking, I could have ceramics, I could have printmaking, mm-hmm. I could have photography. I know it's kind of lofty, but I think that would be so cool if I could combine my love for everything and have it in an open space.
That would be amazing.
It would be.
And it sounds fun and social and
mm-hmm.
and exciting. I hope that works out. That would be an amazing
really do.
Space. Yeah.
That's why I'm glad we're doing this.
Yes.
What if I speak it
and somebody else has a way to make that happen? Who knows? Who knows? Now, you have a lot of special talents, as we know. But what is a special talent that you have that we might not know about?
That's really tricky because I don't know if I consider it a talent, but you were mentioning my Instagram and I kind of fell into that. Mm-hmm. It's been a few years now, but I think I really like the photography end of it.
Yeah.
I think I'm fairly good with animals too. Yeah. If I had to think how I relate well to them. So yeah, if I had to pick something, I would say photography and animals.
I love that. Mm-hmm. Yes, well, you know that photography is we both have that in common.
Yeah, I love it.
I like hiding behind my camera, and I like seeing different people's viewpoints in the world who have something to show. It's a story without words, I think.
I get sucked in sometimes.
I do, yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And finally, our most important question that we always ask is, what is your favorite book or author? Children's book or author?
I'm a very indecisive person, but I wanted to say, because it's timeless for me, Michelle Silverstein, The Where the Sidewalk Ends, because I could read it even today and I'd be in a different mood, and I really like, he's really good.
He had such an interesting perspective on the time that came out, and it means something to kids, and it means another thing to when you're a teenager, and it means another thing when you're at different points in your life. The same poem can mean lots of different things.
And his drawings too.
Oh, his drawings are just mainly sketches, and say so much in such a small space.
So I have a lot, but I had to choose one.
Oh, that's perfect. So if you haven't watched, Shel Silverstein is in our poetry section here, and we have all of his collection. It's really interesting and funny and whimsical.
Yeah. That's a good word for it.
Yeah. Well, without wasting another minute, Miss Hermanny has brought a book that I think that you will love, and it kind of speaks to the animal side that she talked about a little bit. So let's get right to it.
Yes. So welcome. This book is called Octopuppy by Martin McKenna. Edgar wanted a dog, but Edgar didn't get a dog. He got Jarvis. Oh, look at his eyebrows. Jarvis couldn't do anything a dog could do, but Edgar couldn't deny that Jarvis was clever. In fact, Jarvis was too clever, Edgar thought. Maybe with training, Jarvis could learn to lie down, but I think he's overthinking it. So this is what he does. He actually goes to sleep with a little teddy bear. Or maybe play dead? Mummy dead? But Jarvis always went too far, and that drove Edgar crazy. No! Oh no, he feels bad. Until finally, sit! And he did. So he's super excited. Yes, maybe Jarvis really could be more like a dog. On the day of the big dog show, however, Jarvis could only be himself. Edgar was so embarrassed. And everyone else looks very angry. No words, but everyone knows what they're feeling. And on the little note it says, "I'm sorry I was a bad dog. Love, Jarvis." When Jarvis decided to leave, Edgar knew he had been wrong. Jarvis wasn't a dog. He was the best octopuppy in the world. And so if we want to read some pictures, he wouldn't get a cat, he would go save a cat. He wouldn't steal any meat, he would cook something scrumptious. He's not about to smell something stinky. And here he is helping a sick kid. Edgar wanted Jarvis to come back. He went to look for him. And that's a very sad picture. But Jarvis was nowhere to be found. "Oh, Jarvis, I'm sorry I was so horrible. Please come home." And if you play your telephone through the pipes, there's a little fish going to the ocean. And that was all that Jarvis needed to hear. "Jarvis! Edgar! Oh, embrace! Welcome home, Jarvis!" I love that dapper suit. And they were happy together. Thanks for reading the book with me. I think it's time to go to sleep.
This weekend, our robotics team took part in the Faith Lutheran Middle School Only Tournament as an invited guest, the only elementary school there. All 3 teams made it to the final matches, with Team A ranking 1 going in and winning the final teamwork challenge along with Faith Lutheran's team. Congratulations on your win. And to all 3 teams, way to show your Nate Mac pride.
Match will begin. 3, 2, 1, begin. That is the beginning of the first switch.
Guys, move out of the way, move out of the way.
You have 10 seconds. 5, the final score of round number 8 is 104.
We kick off Pennies for Patients tomorrow, and it lasts through January 31st. Look for information coming home with your student tomorrow. Grown-ups, the time has come to tuck in your little cubs. Head on over to the Nate Mac website and check the school-wide weekly announcements as well as your teacher's website.
I look forward to seeing you all in the morning, bright and early and on time. You know Miss Giuliano and I will be waiting for you. Mwah.